Well, let's get more on this now with Hassan Shahidi, the President and CEO of the Flight Safety Foundation. He joins us now from Virginia in the US. Really good to have you with us, sir. This is a tragic accident to have occurred in South Korea, 179 people dead. Initially, we had officials in South Korea speculate that perhaps a bird strike could have contributed to this disaster. Is that your understanding as well? Is there anything we can glean so far about what might have caused this tragedy?
Well, our condolences to the families who lost loved ones in this terrible tragedy. The investigators will be looking at that particular report, bird strike, possible bird strike on this aircraft. This aircraft was attempting to land at the airport, the second attempt, and the investigators will be looking at what exactly happened and was there in fact a bird strike, and if so, what happened to the engines, were they operating, and why did the crew declare an emergency to land at the opposite end of the runway.
And this disaster, we understand, is the worst for South Korea in some decades now. I think the last deadliest disaster was in 1997. Explain to us the track record in terms of air safety for South Korean airlines.
Well, during the past decade, South Korea has really done exceptionally well with respect to safety. They have implemented safety management systems, and the ICAO audits have been exceptionally well. So they've really done some very good work over the past 10 years. And we will have to see exactly, with respect to this particular accident, what were the contributing factors and what can be done to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
And we know investigations are underway, not just by South Korean officials, but also Thai officials. Of course, this plane departed from Thailand and then was destined for South Korea. Do you believe the black boxes that will be examined will ultimately determine what could have caused this disaster?
Definitely, both the boxes, the voice recorder, as well as the flight recorder have been recovered, and both will be examined by the investigators and look at the specific data on that and to determine, in fact, if the engines, for example, were malfunctioning because of a potential bird strike. And if so, then the aircraft was in a difficult situation, and that is why it declared emergency landing. And so the investigators will be looking at all aspects of this, including maintenance history on this particular aircraft.
Yes, and we know this particular aircraft, a Boeing 737-800, according to officials, had no history of mechanical fault. It had been in service for about 15 years. Do we know at this point whether it has anything to do with the aircraft itself?
Well, that is going to be part of the investigation. The maintenance records will be examined in detail to look into any possible recent maintenance issues, in particular with respect to the landing gear, as well as overall operations of the aircraft.
And from the vision that we have of this accident, in your view, did the first responders act in an appropriate manner as soon as the crash happened?
Well, this was a very difficult accident, and the investigators will be looking at to the airport operations, especially first responders, officials who were in the vicinity. Were they dispatched to the area in a timely manner to put out the fire?
Okay, Hassan Shahidi, we will have to leave it there. As you say, we'll have to await the outcome of these investigations, but thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you.